All right, it's about that time of year. This video is for my Hebrew roots peeps. Anybody that knows my testimony knows that I started out in a Book of Acts community, that, you know, we kept the Torah, we kept the feast, we actually lived in community. And I have kept the feast on and off for about 16 years. And Passover is coming up. And Passover is a wonderful feast day. What I, in my in the teachings you can go down, and I have two teachings and then a climax to that. It's called The Pitfalls of Hebrew Roots, part 1, part 2, and then I have a video called Salutations. And it outlines my 16 years, what to look out for, and the absolute insanity that you're going to find in this movement, because some of the most crazy, lunatic, fringe people I've ever met are in Hebrew Roots. So I'm kind of advising against Hebrew Roots in a lot of ways, even though I keep the feast every year. Every year I fly out to a 400-acre resort and keep tabernacles. I buy the most expensive beer. I hang out with my friends. We camp. We do all those wonderful things, okay? Passover, whether I'm in a congregation or I just keep a Seder by myself, I do it as a memorial. Don't listen to any, this is for those of you that are just starting out in this and you're kind of flirting with the feast days. I gave that teaching to kind of keep you away from some of the demonic doctrines and the people in these movements that are well-meaning. But as far as the Passover, I mean, there's evidence in the early church they kept it. Listen, I go to church on Sunday during First Fruits the same week as Passover on Easter. My church don't have Easter bunnies. They don't lie to their kids. I have no problem going to a glorified worship on the Sunday of First Fruits and calling it Resurrection Sunday. You know, you got all these really religious folks out there that get real deep into that. And when listen, for those of you that are just starting out, have fun. Don't listen. My first year, I kept 3 different Passovers, including the Exodus 12 Passover. Where a dude actually took a lamb inside of his house for 2 weeks. Everything that book says we did. It wasn't a sacrifice, but they showed his children on how the lamb was kept, how Yeshua was a lamb. And it was great. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. I kept 3 different feasts because I'm single with no kids and I can afford to do that. But don't get caught up in all of the religious nonsense. Any dude that tells you got to keep the feast days on the right day, or if you don't keep them, you're going to burn in hell, run like the wind from these people. They're very carnal people. Like I said, I don't base doctrine off near-death experiences. But in 16 years, I have never seen one heaven experience or one hell experience of anybody that went to hell for not eating a matzah cracker. I've never seen one for people putting a Christmas tree in there. Now, I don't do Christmas trees. I've already been through this before, you know, but people major on the minors, you know, and a lot of these people that tell you're going to hell